All right, welcome to the Daily Dirt with Dustin Diggs, the Sunday edition. I got Ben Voigt here, folks. Yay! Ben's here. And director of ST.LOUIS, A.G. Shaw is here. Yay! We just came from our ST.LOUIS rehearsal, which it went pretty well, I thought, today at the Soulful Illusion Studios. So next Sunday, if you guys are watching and want to see it live, it's going to start at 2 o'clock at Soulful Illusion Studios in Westport. Definitely check out the ST.LOUIS page and check that out.
11430 Moog.
Moog.
Just west of Limburg on Page.
I was calling it Moog. I'm glad you said Moog. See, I butcher words here on the podcast.
You know, it's 2 O's, so I give it up to the cow. Moog.
I think Moog makes, there's a company called Moog that makes like synthesizers or something, right? Or like,
yeah, but I think it's called Moog, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
So I'll probably get some comments
Tomato.
Yeah, so that's where it confused me. But yeah, there's a company that does that.
Okay.
How do you think the rehearsal went from your eyes today?
I think it went well. I was really impressed. I know some people couldn't make it. I'm not loud enough?
No, it sounds better. Your voice sounds more beautiful when it's aimed at you.
Yeah.
There it is. See? It sounds good.
So, no, the people showed up, and I actually put out a little quick video thanking everybody for showing up. I'm gushing. Ben did his thing. Tenario did his thing. Tommy did his thing. Tenario actually brought 2 very talented young ladies to help us out.
What were their names again? I didn't catch.
Damn, I'm on the spot.
Okay,
I think it was Danielle and Princess, spelled with a Y.
Okay.
Princess was of the lighter shades, and Danielle, she was creamy dark rich chocolate. Both had really nice glasses on. Not that I was paying attention, but ladies, hey. But no, they came out. They jumped right in. They did their thing, you know. And we have some old, we have some new. We have some people from season 1 and season 2. They came back. We have some new folk. So we have some new flavor. I think it's going to go well. Shout out to Brandy and JT Thomas, which is kind of, because T is for Thomas. But you know what I'm saying. They gracefully gave us a home for ST.LOUIS. So 11430 Moog. If you're a photographer, come on out. We got rental places. It's getting cold outside. It is cuffing season. You know you can't be in the park freezing your lens off. You need a home. Come on out and talk to Miss Kayla. She's the assistant for Brandy. Go ahead, rent that space so you take your photos in some heat.
Well, they have now. How many photo bays and shoots do they have now? They're gonna have 3 paper walls.
Yes.
Right, and then the quad thing.
The photo quad, which is potentially 4 to 12. I mean, depending on how we paint it, high key, low key, in the soundstage area. You know, it's a great location to do whatever we do. Plus, we have Artists United behind those closed doors. Beautiful things going to happen. It's going to end up being almost like the Johnny Carson, if you're old, the Arsenio Hall. Oh shit! If you old,
yeah.
It's it's going to be set up like a talk show. You can shoot in there. You can have your talk show. You can do some things. We have a podcast broadcasting situation. Bands can come up there and practice. You can get your sound together. We're going to have a whisper room so you can get your vocals together. This is Soulful Illusion Studios, where media comes to play. But enough about that. That was my shameless plug because I work with her too. But anyway, we're back to ST.LOUIS under Artists United's umbrella. We have our writers. We have some coming. We're putting together so we can do one good, serious comedy sketch show a month. We have all the talent. Everybody here has proven themselves. They got their own platforms. They've done things before. The executive producer, the one who's making sure it all happens, is good old Dustin Diggs, Matt Schmidt. He's bringing all the toys. He's doing all the great stuff. I mean, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll give you a little.
You know,
that's for me. Folks.
He is not just A. He is Mr. That's Mr. Motherfucker if you don't know him. So we got our head writer here, and you know he does everything with hot dogs. Ben Voigt. Ben Voigt has been writing all through the seasons. He's still bringing us nice stuff. We have Tenario on board now. He's writing and doing his thing. We have Donna Birch on board now. She's writing and doing her thing. We always invite new writers to come in because we don't just want people to come in and superstar with their improv. We want people who can read. Reading is fundamental. and giving voice to some of the stuff off the stage. Today was wonderful.
It was great. Yeah, hour. You guys, we did the rehearsal, folks, and it was only an hour long. So if you got an hour next Sunday at 2:00, it's going to be a nice packed show for an hour, entertainment all the way through.
Right, and we can get you on there. We have videos that's going to play in between sketches, so the audience should never be bored. So we're going to have content playing. We're going to have our players on stage. And honestly, these writers are putting it down. If you got ideas that you want to put out, put it on the STL Live page. Please go look it up. Soulful Illusion. We have a Facebook page and Instagram. Look it up. Tell us what you want to see. Tell us, give us ideas so we can throw those around and bring it to life, like GE. Nice.
Yeah. What was your favorite skits today that we're going to give a little spoilers here, so if you're tuning in, a little bit of spoilers what we were working on today, but a skit that you did not write. I thought that monologue was fantastic.
Absolutely.
That girl did today.
Yes. Danielle, Danny. If I'm butchering your name, baby, I am sorry. I just met you today. Work with me. But so she did a good skit. I won't get into it too much, but she brought back the old feeling of Moms Mabley, LaWanda Page, Rudy Ray Moore. Some of that old blue comedy that your mamas and your grandmamas may have on album somewhere. She was great. She also did some other skits that are great. The two ladies put it in. We got some old and some new. It's nice. It's not just your conventional one way. We are universal with it. I think you're going to love it. $10 at the door. Come on out. Check us out. Support us. Make sure we can keep these lights on.
Right. And then Tommy Dangerfield as the host today. He showed us a little bit of his monologue, which was funny as hell. So that's going to be great. He's going to do a great job being the first host actually of STL Live. So we're actually kind of getting back to the roots. What we're trying to do at the beginning, we always try to do like an SNL, but make it St. Louis style, which I think we've definitely got the talent to do that. But the format is really going to be, we're kind of copying off SNL, folks. We're not that original, but we're putting a little St. Louis spin to it, which is going to make it even better.
Yeah, Ben.
Yeah.
Can't shut you up, man.
I know.
You talk too much. Say something.
I'm all hyper from sugar, so I apologize.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the Nick sketch, I caught the second time they ran through Nick's sketch of the emoji jokes one. I thought that was funny. I didn't hear it proper the first time, but I was like, oh, yeah, it's well written. Like, yeah.
No, it was good. It was good. I like Tommy as the dad. He was funny with it, and I'm trying not to give it away, but he took those words and he made it work. So I like that. But I think my favorite though, even though it was short and I didn't know how it was going to work out. The mask joke,
yeah,
because the physical comedy in it, the words were the words. It was cool, but the way they played it up, it was funny.
Did Tommy write that and Tenario acted it out?
No, Tenario wrote that and acted it out. Okay. It was two short parts, so they were short. It was spitfire. It was to the point.
Yeah.
So that's the good thing. You don't have to sit through a long, drawn-out sketch.
Yep.
It gets in, it gets funny, it gets out. It gets in, it gets funny, it gets out.
Yeah.
And then there's things in between time. So I think it'll be a good time because you're not just going to rest on one type of funny.
Mm-hmm.
We got a comment here. I can pull it up. I don't know. Chris Gold, it can be said both ways, but developer of the... Oh, pronounce... Okay, thank you, Chris.
Muga.
Thank you, Chris, for teaching me how to talk.
Muga.
Yeah. Being the director, though, now, I filled those shoes, and I did an okay job, I would say, but it's a tough role to play. How do you feel like you're handling all that?
Well,
you got a lot of personalities there. You got a lot of different types of styles, and you got to bring it all together.
To be truthful, I'm blessed because people were listening today. It was like, wow, because I know I'm a certain type of personality, and sometimes people are like, who is this dude? He ain't my damn daddy. I mean, they have their right to say that,
right?
Because I'm kind of direct. I don't speak passively.
No.
Yeah.
No,
I don't. Well, when you got time, could you please, if you see your way to it, do this for me, I'm
Who's
just not,
impressed? Wait, who was that right there? Who was that right there? Well, hey, if you don't mind,
right. I that's not me. I
Don't feel bad. That's how I would do it too. So
Right.
you know, I don't mean nothing of it. I don't think I'm Billy Badass or nothing, but I don't see a reason to beg for something that needs to be done that's going to help you too.
Right.
So I may not say please a lot, but I will say thank you. So my thing is, I need you to get that over there and bring it here.
Mm-hmm.
Who the hell are you talking to? You.
Yeah.
Go that way. Get that. Bring it here. Then thank you. So knowing my personality and knowing the personality and the egos of people in St. Louis, I say I'm blessed because I ain't got my butt kicked yet. But people were listening. You know, Steve got on and I was like, you're next, you next. And people just got up and they hopped too. You know, they were little soldiers today, but they had a combined mission and they did it well. So I'm actually hopeful that next Sunday is going to be on and cracking.
I think the good thing is if you help like set up the set for somebody else's sketch, it means you don't have to do your sketch and then move the set again. Maybe they can help you too. So it's not like if you're acting in something, then you also have to pick up a bench and get it out of the scene. You know, somebody else can like come in and
right, but they did it smooth. I mean, it was like, okay, you're next. You need this. They put it on, and then they put it off. And I know what you're saying. And I put my hands on stuff. I'm all da 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 da, and I went out there and I did it.
I'm right.
So it's it went smoothly enough. Everybody locked in. They rehearsed. They were off to the side rehearsing. It was about business. You know, I don't think too many people just sitting around idling.
Yeah, or at the very least, they were watching the sketch that was being rehearsed.
So when I said, where is such and so, they popped up like you rang. Yeah. I mean, people were on it. And that's what I like. So it's not like, hey, you're next, get out there. It's different from, hey, where the hell is such and so? You don't want that. So it went well. We got, 10 sketches?
10 sketches
and we said, an hour, yeah. Right, we said it was going to be 6 to 8. Yeah. And we got 10.
I know when we used to do it, some sketches were like 10 minutes, and it's like, now we're down to like, we got the formula down. It's like 4 minutes, so it's a lot better, yeah. So,
hey, Dearra, how you doing, girl? Teamwork makes the dream work. That's
Dearra,
right.
I wonder where Dearra was. Where was she today?
She had business with her other folk.
I got local ambition.
We ain't the real family. We the family she got on the other side of town. You know what I'm saying? She don't claim us like that. But I'm not gonna mess with Dearra too much because Dearra actually came out and put some elbow grease. She did some work. She got some things done. So, I can't call her the lazy spy no more. I can just say she's more of the mama bear. You do this for me, but I got love for what she did yesterday, so I'm gonna leave her alone.
Okay, that's nice. You had a little for Dearra yesterday. Yes, she did a good job. So we're talking about comedy when growing up, because I want to do. We're talking about doing a kind of variety show. It's going to be kind of like old school, maybe Arsenio Hall. I grew up watching Arsenio Hall and Conan. I didn't watch no Jay Leno or anything. Did you guys watch?
I watched a little bit of Letterman growing up, and then when Conan came on, it was was Conan.
Carson.
Yeah, yep.
And didn't understand it.
Yeah.
I had all the original hosts. I had Carson. I had Bob Barker. I had the dude from Hogan's Heroes. What was his name? On the
from Family Feud.
Yeah, Family Feud.
The British dude.
Yeah, the Kissing Bandit they called him because he got to kiss all the wives and get beat down for it. I'm old enough to remember the original host of everything. Yeah. I remember the $20,000 Pyramid.
I think I wanted to do a roast with the new studio. I'm thinking about doing a roast show. Kind of remember the old school roast shows with Dean Martin?
Dean Martin, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You think that's going to go over and somebody's just going to sit there and take it?
Well, that's they'd take it during the thing. They'd be like, "Oh, I have no problem doing this. This sounds fun." Well, and then they'd sit there, and then a week later they'll cry and send messages about how
slashing tires and busting out windows.
Chris Gold says, anytime I go out with Dee, she helps without even asking. So I don't know what you guys are talking about. Well, that was one time, Chris. That was one time.
I like Dearra a lot. I don't know.
Give her a couple of times out with you and see what happens. I'm just kidding.
No, Dearra's cool. She definitely, she's one of those personalities. she will direct, but she doesn't like you being directing towards her. Okay. I think that's what it is. You can't tell Dearra to do shit, but she'll tell you. she would damn sure tell you.
She has to be watching right now.
Right.
Oh yeah,
she's steaming at home right now.
So what with the roast thing? Who are you going
to
have?
To make it fair? Well, make it fair. I'll be the first guy to get roasted, and then probably it would be people that probably want to roast. So probably after AG does his directorial thing with ST.LOUIS, he's probably going to ruffle a lot of feathers. So he'll be a good host. Some people to roast.
Like I'm stroking fur the wrong way on man.
People be lining up and like.
See, I want to see because I think Shane did me once. I'm like, who can do a good AG impression?
Yeah.
So everybody does this. Look, motherfuckers, I know I'm fat. All right, so I'm chuff. I used to be buff, but I got some. I'm chuff.
Chubby buff.
Chubby buff, yeah. Right? So everybody does this. I'm like, really? There's more to my personality than this.
Yeah. But what did Shane? Can you?
No, he puffed up and he said something. I laughed. I did, but I can't remember what it was because Shane's such a small dude, you know. So he go, I'm AG, and he did something. Yeah, and I'm like, all right, that's cool. But everybody has a personality, so there's got to be impersonations, and there's got to be something, and it's got to be spot on. So, you're gonna catch it, bro.
That's fine. I'd love it. I'd love it. So.
Dearra says, that's right, I direct. It's called being a director and knowing your stuff.
Yes, knowing she's full of stuff.
So. Uh-oh.
It's going to keep coming in.
Yeah. So now we had our conversation when this started, and she rolled up on me like Color Purple Oprah, Miss Sophia. Watch the movie, you know what I'm talking about. And we sat down and we talked, and she hit me with the... Had our conversation when this started.
Sorry, I was trying to.
Okay, and she hit me with what she had to hit me with, and I got the Aretha. I got to give her some RESPECT. You know what I'm saying? And it was cool because we didn't fight or nothing, and she's good people. But I was like, well, I can't have distractors. You got to be down or not down, and we came to a compromise. But Dearra is definitely somebody that is going to be direct.
Right.
And I told her the same thing. I ain't scared of you. I am going to be direct because moving this many personalities around is like herding cats because everybody wants to shine. Right. And some people more than others. But, you got to be stage crew. Somebody got to be the janitor. Somebody got to do whatever. And since our troupe is not very big, but our crew is very talented.
Yes.
You got to wear more than one hat. So if you're wearing the dun-dun-dun, you got the cape on 1 second.
Yeah.
You got to put on the janitor trash man hat the next second. So it can't be I'm just going to sit back and delegate. I'll do it too. I'll pick up the trash. I'll clean up stuff because no man can serve two masters per se. But I'm sort of a hub in the middle of the wheel. I have to take care of the interests of Soulful Illusions. Right. And I got to take care of the interest of Artists United, specifically ST.LOUIS. And, I hope and I pray that I can do that with style, aplomb, and honor. Look it up, y'all. So that's what it is. So if somebody doing something and it's more about them than about the overall group, he made me director, so I'm going to be Debo.
Right, yeah.
Now, I know it's about you you get your shine, but you have to make sure everybody else get their shine as well. So I'm going to do that because I have love for this crew. Because I'm telling you, I was a photographer doing this thing. Mm-hmm. Matt was like, do this. I did it. And then I got shown some love, so I get to be in front of the mic. And then he's like, well, I want you to be a director. I get authority, so I'm like, oh shit, he gave me authority. So I want to use it to the best of my abilities so everybody gets to shine because I don't want anybody to be that kid in the back of the room got all this personality and nobody picks them because they don't know what they can do or people think they're overbearing. Shit, when you squash a dream or squash that hyperactive kid or drug him up so he can be normal, some people aren't made to be normal. Right. Some people aren't made to fit that. Now, I can't stop somebody's velocity, but I can change the trajectory a little bit. It's like, ooh, that dude's a lot. You know who I'm talking about, you cartoon you. But,
Yeah.
do it in that direction. You know, and then some like Forrest Gump. Remember, run, Forrest, run, and they had somebody at the end stop.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm that sign. Run that way. Oh shit! Yo, stop. That's kind of what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to be nobody's dad, nobody's big bully, nobody's boss, nobody's Debo. But when it comes to this, I only know one way because my adult life has all been spent in the service of America. You know, and I'm not going political with it, but I was in the Army, so Forrest Gump is the best way to get promoted. Why did you do such and so and so? Because you told me to. How did you get it done so quickly? Because you told me to do it that way. So that director stuff works. You know, once I direct you, do you and do you well and stop. You know, you get to express, and then when you see yourself on that camera, you'll see yourself the way other people do. You should have your esteem. You should have your glow. People will love you because it happened for me. There's people who run up to me, hey, I know you. And I'm like, I didn't do it. You were such and so in that skit. I'm like, word? Right on. People see you, and you might not get all the initial likes, loves, you know, gratuity, gratification, everything on your Facebook page. But it does feel good when total strangers just run up on you and be like, man, you were funny.
Yeah. And you made at least some kind of impression in their mind that they do remember you.
Right. And I'm like, wow. So for all the crew and cast, STL Live Artists United, Soulful Illusions, all that, somebody could be ready to jump and writing their suicide note on their phone, and then they may see a sketch of yours and laugh their ass off.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to dwarf anybody's comedy. You know, I want to keep it so we won't get canceled, but some of the shit somebody may say may resonate with somebody else's stuff, and they may find the levity in it. For just that, today, you talk somebody off the cliff. They jumping tomorrow, but you say their life today, you know, so that's good stuff.
Yeah.
So if I did a roast, like, Ben, what would you roast me about here? Let's just get back to this roast here to make it. AG,
I'd honestly have to think about that. I don't know.
Ben, I'm not going to kick you out of the podcast. It's
Oh,
okay.
well, then in that case, what I would do is, I don't know. That's kind of a hard one. It's one of those you have to.
My only thing is, if you're going to roast me, at least say something nice at the very end, because that's usually what they do.
You have to,
right?
Otherwise they,
you know,
or else they're jumping tomorrow.
Don't be like that. See you, motherfucker. AG, what would you roast me about? Go ahead. You got the spotlight here.
Well, I don't know.
If you got a comment, go ahead, folks. If you got a comment if you got a roast they're watching right now, if you got a little roast on Matt, that's it's fine. You can type it out.
Matt is inflappable and not stoic, but Matt just like, he rolls with shit.
Right.
And I'm always like, man, too damn nice, you know, that type of stuff. So I would do some type of, and I'm not doing it right now, but some sort of, you know, the stoner he plays in The Failures.
Yeah.
He's not quite that bad, but you know how you could just say some shit to him like, but Matt's personality is really somewhere between that and okay, let's get it. And then you could just say some shit. He flows with that too. It's like, I'm going in this direction. You throw a stick in his spokes. He falls with style. And gets up, okay, that was cool. And I'm like, well, I would hit you with some of that because with stories.
Right. Well, if it's, you got to be interesting too. Like I have ADD really bad, but like AG can keep my attention because he's a good storyteller. If you're a good storyteller, you know, maybe say boobs every 5 minutes just to get my attention back onto what you're talking about. But
that gets me too.
Yeah.
I get that.
You see, you got to hit them up like the lizard. You know, you had the Budweiser frogs.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
See, everybody else like boobs. But for him, titties. And you got Matt's attention. You know?
Oh, what? Oh, yeah.
Because you know, I'm going to tell you a little bit about today. The girl who did the monologue,
Danielle,
when she laid on that chaise, right? I'm like, okay, and she was saying what she was saying. I was hoping she gave me a Basic Instinct because she was moving in that skirt. I was waiting, baby. I'm like, you know, I need this. Daddy needs this in his life. Daddy needs this. But she kept it classy. I'm like, oh, she got to move. How's she gonna move? Ooh, she gonna give me one. She never did.
Well, good. That's good.
Which takes skill. But I was like, oh, come on, okay. She's about to shift. How the hell she do that? Because I was waiting. I ain't the only one. I am not the only one.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Ben, you know what he's talking about there?
No, sir. I respect women. And,
Right. You know, because beavers build dams, and I was ready to say, damn.
I was actually
because of the beaver.
I had people in front of me, honestly, that I could see her from like here up, basically. And
You was missing the show. Them legs and them knees, baby. I was like, oh, damn. I didn't get one. Ooh,
I hope this girl
damn.
comes back next week now.
Come on, man. You know, she used to it. And I'm just joking, y'all.
I know you're joking.
You know, but I would have watched. But I'm just saying. And she's a beautiful young lady. She really is. And I think she can take it. So
she can probably dish it out, yeah.
Right. Because beaver builds dams. And if I would have saw the beaver, I would have been like, damn.
Yeah. She definitely seemed like it. Kind of like she could hold her own with comedy.
Oh, yeah. So the roasting would be great, but she don't know you like we know you. She got to be around you some more.
Right.
Get Mary up in there for sure.
I'm sure Chris and I'm sure Katie would love to be on that one, and Dearra, and So Shane does a pretty decent impression of me. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, he does. You know what's funny is he does impressions really well. Back when he was mild-mannered Shane, I didn't know he had it in him.
Yeah.
His Trump impression was funny.
That was like his breakout moment.
His Macho Man impression was funny.
With that, right?
That shit was. See, I wish I would have recorded it differently. Like I was recording him,
camera on that?
but I wish somebody was recording us because he was all nervous and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was still old school Shane. Then he walked in and got into character, and people were like, it was funny.
Yeah.
And I think his breakout moment was his comedy routine at Clayton's.
Yeah,
because all that confidence came out. He was doing great, and now we can't put it back in the box. It's like, okay, dude, okay, enough of that shit. Gone. But like I said, we have a talented crew, and it's growing. And I think, God willing, St. Louis. See, everybody's like, I'm moving to Atlanta. You can't do something in St. Louis. St. Louis full of haters and stuff. St. Louis is full of people who have bright ideas, and they were probably like me. A child should be seen and not heard. There's enough shit squashing talent. They put you on Ritalin. They say shit like, shut up because, if you on clown, join the circus. Or if you're the class clown, make money at it. Well, we got all these class clowns, all these people with something interesting to say, all this personality, but all their lives it's been like, you're supposed to be a cog in the wheel. You're not supposed to be who you are.
Right.
So you grow that hard skin and that distrust and that I'm going to do it my damn self mentality. I'm going to write these lyrics. I'm going to write this poem. I'm going to write this song. I'm going to do this. Me. And it's just a hard way to go, and it ages you prematurely. Nothing happens without a team. And I firmly believe that. Every movie you watch, you see all them damn credits that we leave. I mean, it's like the movie's an hour and a half. The credit is about 30 minutes. It's like all those people had something to do to make that happen. Now, there's money in it and everything else, but there's also fan stuff like on YouTube. People got together as a team and made great stuff that should be in Hollywood. Every comedian Richard Pryor didn't write all his jokes. Paul Mooney and them helped, and Paul Mooney is in the back. He writes shit, and Richard delivered it with a bam. Charlie Murphy was writing stuff for Dave Chappelle. Now, Dave writes his ass off. He does whatever. He had those stories. Those stories became sketches. Everybody doesn't have to do it themselves. Some of our favorite songs were written by one person and brought to life by another person. I think the only genre that you're more real if you do everything yourself is rap. Because it's supposed to be about your life and how hard or how blessed or whatever. But even they have ghostwriters. But the writers get paid. The writers do whatever. The introverts, much like yourself, who may not want to be
out front,
but you observe life. Introverts observe life. They get tired when too many people are around them, but they're not stupid. They observe life. Then you got the extroverts who are like, I got to be out there. I got to be up front. Give me that love. That's my energy.
Right.
And they may be cool on their own, but you hand them something, say this.
Yeah.
And they bring life to a whole character that they wouldn't have brought life to themselves.
Right.
So all I'm saying is, give me your dreams, write it out, do what you naturally do. And the people who may not naturally write, if you write, put that in there too. But I'm going to say, read this and be great. Because of rap music, you know, you may not make beats as good as this cat over here, but that beat and this person's words and your personality is going to make magic. That's all I'm trying to do. And this man right here, you know, I'm pointing my head. This man right here, you know, gave me the actual authority to try to say, I like what you wrote. Let me put it here. Your chocolate, my peanut butter. And then Brandy gave us a home. Yep. All we have to do is put it together and have faith in each other. The fame will come. The money will come. St. Louis will get on the map. Everybody's running to Atlanta because they say there's haters. Well, because everybody's trying to do it themselves. And when you got haters, that means you're probably doing something right. So let's not hate on each other. Let's bring this together and see what we got. Hate me, shit. I'm going to be the drill sergeant. Right. Because drill sergeant, everybody hates him, but they respect him in the end.
Well, what I've always found powerful with the STL live show that we do, it's just so diverse with just different types of backgrounds and different types of comedy styles. And we bring that together, and then people kind of cross, you know, Ben will be on somebody else's skit, or somebody will be do a Ben skit, which Ben kind of writes more kind of like character driven, kind of more, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, old school SNL kind of comedy. And then you got people like Shanti and Tommy and DeNera. They're doing more kind of like the death comedy jam kind of style, old school Living Color kind of deal. And so it's kind of a great mixture of a show. So there's something there for everyone.
Yeah. You know what's funny? Tenario, he's not I wouldn't call, I don't even know if he's introvert, but you notice he's not a very loud dude.
No. Yeah, very quiet.
And his jokes, they sort of hit you like that good liquor, goes down smooth, and then it's like, oh, damn. Yeah. You know, it's really like that, because when I first saw him on stage, I didn't know who this dude was. And he just this dude with long dreads, and he was up on stage, and his jokes are so matter of fact. And that's how he does it. Have you ever thought about that? I mean, his whole thing is like, I got these wild epiphanies every 2.5 seconds. Yeah. Have you ever? So one of the jokes that I love that he does is the difference between young girls and cougars. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. And I can't tell it like he tells it, but I was at the open mics. I was, you know, at the Laugh Lounge or whatever. And he's just up on stage, just being so matter of fact, so quiet. And you're like, who is this dude? He ain't yelling. He ain't, you know, most comedians are raucous and all that. He's like, He says, you know, you got a young girl, they do it like this. You got a cougar, she does it like this. You know, a young girl will tell you, ooh, daddy, ooh, daddy. He says, but a cougar be like, ooh, child, ooh, child. And, you know, it's like one time, oh, damn, that's funny. You know, it hits you slow and it builds up on you. And, you know, a young girl be like, oh, I can't take it, you know, let me go. And the old girl be like, turn me loose, you know, and it's like, wow. So he does all this stuff way better than I do. And it hits you like that. And his writing sort of hits you like that. Because like I said, that first mask, the flirtation with the mask thing, I read it because we have our forum. And I'm like, and I didn't get it. But when you performed it, I think I laughed the loudest. So, you know, just like with your stuff, you know, and I don't know if you do it because I said what I said. Okay.
I absolutely do.
And every time I laugh.
He's just trying to make you laugh. Nobody else. He's just like, I just
no,
want
but the shit is funny.
Saying hot dog, anything, I put a hot dog in anything.
And you know what's funny is, you know, because I was like, okay, Purvis, hot dog, this, hot dogs. The one with the salami, but, you know, roll that bitch up. It looks like a hot dog. You know, and it's like, he has hot dogs and everything. The chili chum. It's like, what's with you and hot dogs?
They're good. They're delicious.
Well, to be fair, I wrote, there was the chili dog, and then there was a Purvis Mansion with hot dogs. And then you said, you put hot dogs in everything. I'm like, no, that's just two. And then I'm like, well, now I got it.
And it's funny because every time I'm like, you're reading, and I'm attuned to it now. Da-da-da, these hot dogs. Or
leans over my shoulder and goes like, I know this is one of yours now.
Right. Like, welcome to Tasty Wieners. Ben wrote that shit. You know, it's like, it's hot dogs. And
well, the Purvis Mansion had to be hot dogs.
Yeah.
That shit was hilarious.
It could have been bratwurst. I mean, you know, because, you know, it was talking about your wiener, so it could have been like bratwurst probably would have been better, right?
Well, you know, yeah. Yeah. It's a brat, baby. It's a brat. Now I might be bragging shit. It may be cocktail. One of those cocktail weenies or some of those peanuts. You know, it was a joke that I heard. Now You know, it's just a joke. When he said a little girl, you know, she came home from school and her mother said, how was school today? He said, I don't know. Little Timmy showed his penis to me. And the mother was about ready to call the school and she was all indignant. And the girl said, I handle it. You know, it reminded me of a peanut. So the mom was like, you know how women do, you know, small dicks. Her mom, you know, gave her a wide grin and said, yeah, it was that small, huh? And the daughter says, no, salty.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
How was your stand-up? You did a stand-up for Anton's event with Rena Phoenix a month ago. How did that go? Your third time.
My third time. And, you know, what's just funny is the crowd was kind of loud for everybody. So people who I know were tried and true got up on stage, and the crowd pretty much had these loud conversations. They were talking through stuff. So I don't know if that was a curse or a blessing, because I didn't write stuff down like I never do. Yeah, I just get up there and just say some stuff and see what goes. And when it was my turn to come on stage, I talked about some COVID stuff. I talked about some, you know, some blue stuff and everything else. But it was like a constant din of background noise. So I said what I said, and I didn't think anybody heard me. But I did get congratulated by Antoine. I got congratulated by the truth. You know, the people who wanted to hear what I had to say, because I'm always behind the camera, they shook my hand. They gave me dap. And Truth actually said, you need to stop. No, Sean T actually said, you need to stop lying to people and say that you're new to this, because you've been doing this shit for a while, you know, so cut it out. You're not new anymore. Get up on stage. And I was like, coming from Sean?
Yeah.
Right on.
Huge.
Right on. So I was like, so I made it. You know, I'm good. He goes, yeah, man, your shit's funny. You just have to refine it. And Mary told me the same thing. She goes, look, you just talk about your life. And, you know, if you know Mary's delivery, it's kind of matter of fact too. It's different from Tenerio's. She gets up there and say, I'm Mary Jane, damn it. And that gets your attention. And she got that slow flow. She tells her jokes and she tells her story. And it sort of comes off like a mother. Now, if Mary was 30 years older, you know, she's already funny, but it'd be funnier because it sounds like somebody's grandmama's like, baby, this is life. You know, that's how she comes across. So she's been winning comedy routines and stuff, just telling her life. Now, I know it's a routine, but if you never heard it, she just sounds like, baby, look, you know, I can't do this no more. You know, these knees ain't doing it. And, you know, what's funnier to me is all of us who know Mary knows her husband is her #1 fan. Always on fan, bodyguard, promoter. You know, that's
carrying the purse around.
He may, yeah, but he make that shit look masculine. But I mean, you know, it's like he does what he does. He's there for his wife, and I think that's beautiful. Because when I didn't know Mary, an aside, and I did a little quick photo shoot in Forest Park, she talks him up just as much as he supports her. She said, "That's my white chocolate." You a white dude? No, but I get it now. But he's always there. So she's telling jokes about shit like, yeah, these knees are old. You know, I can't ride dick like I used to no more. My husband want me to ride. And I'm like, whoa. So I always look at him because he's always there. I'm like.
And he has that face.
Yeah, he's like, whatever. But I'm like.
He's like this.
She telling bedroom shit. I mean.
We'll get Jarrell up on that roast table. Matt's got a good one.
I'm like, damn, you know.
I could get Jarrell pretty good on that roast. Yeah.
So I'm saying like, hey, bro. I mean, she talking about the time you get. What's up? Ice cold grill, but he always there to support his wife. So they all told me, it's like, just tell your stories and just be yourself. He said, you got it. You funny. Just work on your timing. So I still tell people I ain't a comedian, but even Antoine was like, no, you are though. You funny. So put me on. I'll see what I do. If I bomb, shit, I didn't make you any promises. So
if you play guitar at home for 20 years and then you go to an open mic, you're not a beginner guitar player. It just means it's the first time you're playing in front of people, right? Does that be like if you're a good storyteller or a funny storyteller and you've done it your whole life, just because it's the first time you've done it or the third time you've done it in front of a crowd that kind of paid to see you, that doesn't mean you're really new at being funny.
Yeah, but I would suck my first. I know I would bomb.
I don't know.
I think I'd get too nervous and fuck it all.
You were supposed
like
to go
that.
up that back door night, right?
I just
he was too busy. He was too busy keeping dude from killing old boy.
Yeah.
No, I used to do the MC, but I just give it to Keenan now because Keenan does a good job. So.
But no, I like that, Ben. That makes sense. I never thought of it that way before. So I'm conversational. So if I'm in a conversation and the way my mind works, people laugh. But I never consider myself something like, because I never had a mic. I'm just talking to my people. But that kind of makes sense between the advice I've gotten and, if I can keep somebody's attention, I might as well do it.
Yeah.
So,
that's the job. If you're a stand-up comedian, you're talking to your people and you're trying to keep their attention and make them laugh.
And Tommy did it tonight. I don't think it was written. He said some stuff, and I was like, wow, damn. And people laughed.
Yep.
And I don't know if they laugh because you say you're a comedian. Like if I come up and say, photographer, AG Shaw, nobody's gonna laugh. It's like, what the fuck he want? Comedian, and they already know they put themselves. He gonna say something funny. I'm gonna laugh.
Yeah.
Proctologist, AG Shaw.
Yeah.
Am I gonna see all that ass? I mean, I don't know, but
right.
Well, I found that I get some slack because I'm kind of dry when I make jokes. That even when I don't joke, people are like, "Oh, that's a good one." It's like, "What'd you do today?" Nothing. I slept in and drank some Diet Mountain Dew, and they're like, "Oh," and it's like,
I think it's just the way you say stuff. It's just funny. It's just kind of, and I think that's why Tenario and Tommy's funny. Just their tone of voice. They can say anything that'll make you laugh.
Tenario is not. He's not dry, but he doesn't come at you. Tommy is 2 steps up on the hype scale,
but he's not aggressive either.
Right? It's fun, but I honestly got some of the similar problems that Tommy has, but I'm afraid to say how I think about certain things that Tommy talks about because I think mine will come across mean spirited. This dude says, "I got the Plan B crushables in the back. Just put it in her drink." And I'm like, this motherfucker's talking about forced abortion and, I'll fuck you raw, but you gonna get this. That's like, it's not exactly Cosby, but you put shit in people's drink and they laugh.
Yep.
I say some shit like that and I'm talking to a couple of counselors and a detective. It's like certain personalities can do certain things and that's what makes their style. And I'm like, I'm a fan. I am a fan. Like I seen some of the comedy sketches Matt has done before. And I'm like, wow, some of that shit's genius. I mean, in front of the camera. He says stuff.
The original STL Live, the DVD, Matt? Is that?
He might be talking about like the failures and stuff. Like
failures.
Because I'm like, is that more of a Silent Bob and Jay mashup? Because he actually speaks, but he gets all into the characters and stuff. And I'm like, this is when he played the grandma. See, he tried to get me in a dress. That shit wasn't happening. I don't even want to do the wig
with the bingo sketch or
the bingo
sketch. Yeah. And if you actually get into the character with the teeth and everything, and you didn't know him, he looks like some crazy old grandma.
Yeah.
Just like when we did the that bar sketch out at Diamonds. And I'm like, I can't do this, man, because I know too many people and they may not. Because honestly, they know me.
Matt came in as
right. And I'm like,
I forgot about
that may come across mean spirited because they know me. And if I do some shit like that, it's like, come see me, But he was funny with it because I was rehearsing with him and I threw the wig on and I'm all big and buff. So he did the scene. And if you actually watch, it flips to me when we're leaving. It's like, come on, girls, let's go. And then
turned into the Hawk.
Right.
I think that's where we got
big motherfucker and it's like, okay, that's funny.
That's where we came with the cheese monsters. Stormy had the idea of the guy getting mad about cheese, but I was like always thinking that it was funny how we did that I left and then the cut was you walking away. Like he turned into, or she turned into,
right,
an angry, bigger person. Yeah,
and I like the cheese monster because I got to tear up shit that first time. It was like, flip the table. I can flip the table. So
yeah, that was.
Is that's the same one we shot at the Civic Center or whatever?
Yeah.
St. Peter. Okay.
So I was thinking about Bill Bixby. We didn't do the eyes, but I did that. The Hulk Hogan hand.
Yep.
Then I slammed it on the table and I came up. So little meek, mild Shane turns into this big raven black guy. Yeah. And
well, they did that funny on
over.
That Incredible Hulk show where it was like he'd be crushed in a building and then the hand would come up.
Yeah, the Hulk Hogan hand.
Yeah.
I'm still here, motherfuckers.
I remember that rehearsal. I was stressed out because we were having the city of St. Peter's at the government center film because they did a little video piece on us.
Yeah.
And they were there with like 2 camera guys. And I was like, we were right on the board, and people were doing their pitches, and I was kind of like,
Right.
kind of like this, kind of like, oh shit, like, oh god, kind of some of the stuff people were talking about.
And he was doing walk-bys. AG, behave. What?
Yeah,
AG,
I was.
Behave.
Oh, did you really do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to.
Well, it's not like it's not like an expose. They weren't trying to like sink us.
Well, his whole thing is
they weren't,
he doesn't know what I'm going to say.
Okay.
No, but I just because they had to edit it for TV, and so I knew like I didn't want not to have any footage for AG because he was shit this, fuck that, or whatever. And I was like, I wanted to be able to use footage of you, so you got to kind of be PC.
Matt, I have vocabulary without cussing.
You do, but you weren't using it any of that day, so I had to go in and check in with you.
Just got through a full sentence without using one.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah. But I was like, I just want to be able to use some footage of you.
Subject, predicate, profanity. You know.
But no, that was a good time. We did get some good skits out of that thing. I tell you what, man, it is nice to have Soulful Illusions as a home. Finally, we have a home studio because I felt like we were like Alexander the Great. We're taking this army. We're going from Redfish, Bluefish to ARC to St. Peter's, and now we're bringing it back into a home where it's like studio where we actually have lights and cameras and everything. And it's a real studio setting.
Where the artists are united.
Right. But it definitely feels good to finally have a home base, a headquarters that we can do the show out of. But I got to get ready. We got the big Local Ambition red carpet premiere tonight. Ben's going. I'm going.
Is this at Ronnie's again?
At Ronnie's, yeah, doing it at Ronnie's.
Oh, man.
Did you get your ticket?
I did not. So I am going to go and eat my woes away. No, I'm going to go eat. I'm a big boy on purpose, and they got soul food night in Webster Grove, and
nice.
I'm going to go for the first time to this restaurant and see if it's about all the hype. But see, that's another thing. I went to the last year's premiere, and I was just there to watch Sarah X.
It was
Strand.
2 years ago, yeah.
Okay, 2 years ago. Sarah X. Strand, and I didn't know Matt quite as much then, but he was like, oh, move, let AG take pictures. I'm like, nah, I ain't nobody. I mean, he's always put me in a position where I could shine. Now, of course, if I didn't shine, it was on me.
Right.
But he always put me in a position where I could shine. So,
And you should feel good because if you didn't show up tonight, because you showed up and you got like back in my mind, and so we're about to kickstart the STL Live, and I saw you there, and I think that's what made me think of like, oh, when we get this show going, I said we need a photographer that's good to do it. I mean, I could take photos, but I was like, I want to have a photographer because I'm not going to be able to do everything, and so I think that's what made me think of you for STL Live. So it's good that you showed up.
well, yeah. And like I said, I'm glad you put me on because I'm never going to be like so big that I won't say that this man right here put me on because I was working with Ed Krim. So here's the whole thing. I'm not big yet, but I don't think I'm ever going to be to the point where I won't say the people who influenced me or who mentored me or who gave me a chance to do something. Because like I said, yes, I learned what I learned. Yes, I got the skill. Yes, I bought my stuff. But we're social. Mm-hmm. Without people, and I don't shoot still life and landscapes. I got to impress somebody to get them in front of my lens. Yeah. Or I have to impress somebody because if it wasn't for what I did with my camera or what Matt did for me or what some other people did, folks would know me. I wouldn't be working with Brandy because, no photographer just come in and say, hey, I'm a photographer. Mm-hmm. Here's what I want to do. And I'm going to do all this for you. And you just say, here's the keys to the kingdom. It doesn't work that way. So what is your resume? What is your pedigree? Mm-hmm. Who have you worked with? Are they good people? Let me see your work. Okay. You shoot like an etch and sketch. I mean, it's what it is. So I applaud everybody who's put their trust in me. And I hope that no one thinks that I'm going to betray that. Because I actually work because I want to be a force multiplier. And I'm going to give you your roses while you can smell them. I'm not going to wait till you're gone. I'm going to say, Matt Schmidt put me on for this, and that's why I'm behind the mic. Ed Krim worked with me, and I did some things for him. And that let other people see me. So now I'm working with these people over here who see me, and who knows who's going to see me in the future. So I got my Eds, and I got the Brandys, and I got the Matts, and I got these people who have actually shared and trusted me with platforms, even if they told me to behave. I mean, it's what it is.
You got to tell them big.
So, and then the what's her name? The Energies and the Lewis Conflictions, because I was shooting down at Legacy Books and Cafe, and I was working with Ed. I met Energy. She was a Better Family Life doing her thing. So I work with the community like that. And when she asked me to come on and do stuff, I didn't work for her, but I worked with her. And I think me, Donna, and Tracy did that for upwards of 2 years. And we did some stuff to transform the culture of the show, because I was shooting a lot of black and white. I still do, because I like it. Color, but I love my black and white because I think there's a soul to it. And that's how I met the I've Been a Gods and the Tenarios and the Tommy Dangerfields and the T-Spirits and the Truth, through these things. So my camera, my walk of life, and knowing them, and they put me on. So it's like I get spread out. So people say he's probably one of the most underrated photographers or the underrated comedians or whatever. And I'm like, I'm like the little train that can, I'm just trying to make a way and bring all my favorite people together. And this Artists United, Soulful Illusions, ST.LOUIS thing is honestly, and I didn't even know, Matt was like, I want you to run it, because I got other things. I'll be with the camera, but I want you to run it. And that was serendipitous, because I'm like, damn, now I could be a hub, and all my favorite people, if I can get them to come together, and they all know me because I've done some stuff, now everybody's bringing their platform and doing whatever, and I hope it really takes off like that, and they're bringing other talent. And the people who have been there before and did it, they already know. The people I'm bringing in, they're learning, and I'm bringing them together, and it's great. So I'm happy. We'll see how happy I am after this Sunday, because it's like, shit. How did that happen?
I think you did a good job today. I think it's going to go smooth. I'm pretty confident about it, and I think it'll be.
And I'm hoping it grows, like costumes and sponsors and more podcasts and more people coming in and say, "Man, I like what you're doing. Let's put some more to it." And more people coming through Soulful Illusions, because they're trying to be a multimedia place, not just photos, not just whatever. Come in and people who want to act right. It's like, because there's starving artists. Oh man, my shit is so beautiful, but I'm not going to sell out to the man. And then there's people who are too commercial. Everything's a fee. Like, shit, you breathe in my direction, I got to give you $5. So, somewhere in the middle where people can eventually do their thing and make what they're worth, but know they have a worth. So once again, I'm giving my roses to the people who've helped me get there. I retired from the Army, 3.5, almost 4 years ago. January 1st, I think 2018, the Army was through with me. My sick, broke ass came back to St. Louis with my son in tow, got him out of high school and everything else, and nobody knew me. I'm from here, but I spent 25 years away.
Yeah.
And these people helped me be where I'm at now. So in 3.5 years, people know my name, they know my business. They even confused me with the other guy, because there's another AG in St. Louis. I'm Metro Phototainment. He's AG Photography. Don't get it twisted. Shout out to my man, though. So if I stay here another 2-3 years, what's going to happen with how the studio game goes and what Matt got for us and everything? So what are you going to write that's going to be awesome?
That's what I've got a couple ideas already for next show. So it's like, it's all about
his groove. Ben's back, baby. Ben's
right.
But yeah, so definitely, if you're watching at home, come out next Sunday, and if you're a photographer or something, come out. $10 to see the show and take a free little tour while you're there. And
see if the studio's home for you, because you know the Ben skits, hot dogs for everybody, all across the mouthpiece.
Ben's gonna get big and have his own Ben vote hot dogs.
Yep.
Right. They cook in your mouth.
They're going to be called BVs.
Right.
BV's hot dogs. BV's hot dogs. So, well, thank you guys for being on this Sunday podcast. We did this kind of spur of the moment, but it was a good one. And check out the Daily Dirt with Dustin Diggs on YouTube. like the Artist United Network on Facebook, and check out Soulful Illusion Studios. Come for a tour. One of us right here will give you a tour.
Yes. Now, Soulful Illusion Studios is all one word, like a pimp named Slickback. Not just Soulful Illusions, Soulful Illusion Studios.
They got Facebook. They got an Instagram.
They got it all.
Yeah.
Actual website. Help us with that algorithm. Go to Soulful Illusion Studios web page. Give a comment. Go to Facebook. See if you like something or not. Come and get a tour. Call me. Call what's this phone number she gave me? I got a work phone. 314-706-9564. Or you can call up to the studio directly. Talk to Kayla. Talk to Brandy. It's getting cold outside. I'm telling you, it's cuffing season. Find you a studio home. Find you a studio home so you can still get this work. Wear your mask if you want. Tell your model not to breathe on you. But, you know, we inside, we got circulation. Do what you have to do. You know, we'll give you a shot at the door. Whatever makes you feel good. But come on out. Get you a studio home. Have your clients come out. Make your money. Pay the rent. Do what you need to do.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. This has been a good show.
Yes, yes.
We're out.
Go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. Apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees on them. Countdown, levitate. Going up, elevate. Watch me demonstrate. On time, never late. I grind, celebrate. No pump, fake, hesitate. I been scoring every day. Champagne Perrier. Since 9-3, been in the box, now I'm stepping up to home. Like straight out the sand lot, now I'm plotting on the globe. Go beast on 'em.